Top 10 Battles in World History. 1. First World War. The First World War demonstrated the sheer brutality of warfare on a global scale, fought with equal intensity across Asia, Europe, America, and Africa. This war, which began on July 28, 1914, and lasted until November 11, 1918, claimed the lives of 39 million people, of which about 1.35 million were German soldiers, while Russia suffered around 1.2 million deaths. The war led to the collapse of the German, Russian, Austrian, Hungarian, and Ottoman empires, and many new countries emerged, especially in Europe. As a direct result of the war, the League of Nations was formed. This worldwide organization was aimed at establishing peace. 2. Second World War. The Second World War, which began on September 1, 1939, and ended on September 2, 1945, was even more devastating than the first, resulting in over 70 million deaths. It showcased the destructive power of advanced armaments and witnessed the first use of nuclear weapons. Additionally, it brought countries like Italy, Japan, and Germany to the brink of destruction and triggered the beginning of the Cold War between the United States and Soviet Russia. 3. Asia-Pacific War. Also known as the Atlantic War, it was part of the Second World War, fought between Japan and Allied forces. This battle had a severe impact on the world. It spanned across Eastern Asia and Eastern South Asia, including China, Korea, Vietnam, Eastern Soviet Russia, the Chinese Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, Burma, Thailand, and India. The war ended with the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the Soviet Union's attacks, culminating in Japan's surrender on August 15, 1945. The formal surrender occurred on September 2, 1945, aboard the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki resulted in the deaths of approximately 250,000 people. 4. Battle of Waterloo. Fought in 1815, the Battle of Waterloo was Napoleon's final battle. On one side was France, and on the other were the armies of Britain, Russia, Austria, and Hungary. About 100,000 people died, and France suffered a crushing defeat. The one-day battle drastically changed the political landscape of Europe. Napoleon surrendered and was exiled to St. Helena, where he died in 1821 at the age of 52. 5. Korean War. The first significant conflict of the Cold War, the Korean War was a fight for dominance under the pretext of aiding Korea. Communist forces from China and Russia supported North Korea indirectly, while the United States and Britain backed South Korea. This war lasted from June 25, 1950 to July 27, 1953, resulting in around 500,000 soldiers and over 2.5 million civilians losing their lives. The war has technically not ended, with a ceasefire still in place, leading to ongoing tensions between the two Koreas. 6. Battle of Arbela. Also known as the Battle of Gaugamela, it was one of Alexander the Great's significant victories. Fought near present-day Erbil, Iraq in 331 BC, Alexander's smaller Greek army defeated the larger Persian forces of King Darius III. Approximately 300,000 Persian soldiers were killed. Alexander's superior tactics and leadership led to the decisive victory, setting his reputation as one of history's greatest military commanders. 7. Vietnam War. This battle lasted from November 1, 1955 to April 30, 1975. It's considered a proxy war between Soviet-supported North Vietnam and the US-supported South Vietnam. The US eventually withdrew under pressure, despite significant efforts and losses. The war resulted in about 400,000 soldiers and nearly an equal number of civilians losing their lives. The US and South Vietnam jointly conducted an 82-day operation called Operation Junction City, which started on the 22nd of February 1967. This was the largest airborne attack campaign conducted by America during the Second World War after the Market Garden Operation. 8. Iran-Iraq War. The war between Iran and Iraq lasted from 1980 to 1988 and ended inconclusively. The primary cause was a border dispute. Iraq was not satisfied with the treaty that was signed in the 70s regarding the border dispute. Despite European countries claiming neutrality, they supported Iraq with weapons. The war saw thousands of soldiers killed and environmental damage due to massive oil spills in the Persian Gulf. 9. Crimean War. Fought from October 1853 to February 1856. This war between the Russian Empire and a coalition of the Ottoman Empire, Britain, France, and Sardinia. It resulted in around 800,000 deaths. The battle was fought over religious sites and the balance of power in Europe. Despite heavy casualties, it ended without a decisive victory and is seen as one of the most senseless wars in history. In true sense, this war laid the 10. Afghanistan War. The Soviet-Afghan War lasted from December 24, 1979 to February 15, 1989. It resulted in significant casualties and displacement, with millions of Afghans still living as refugees. The war saw the Soviet forces withdrawing after a prolonged conflict. The US supported Afghan Mujahideen, leading to the Soviet Union's eventual collapse. This war also set the stage for ongoing internal conflict in Afghanistan, which continues to this day with US and NATO involvement.
This is all about today's video. Please like, share, and comment your views. Thank you for watching.